Hello and welcome. In this video I will show you some training kicks. So these training kicks are really good to improve the strength and the flexibility of your legs and to improve the speed and the power that you can use for real kicks. And yeah, quite some of them are also actually usable for sparring or real combat. Okay, so don't forget to do your warm-up, and this time especially warm up your legs and do some good stretching for your legs so that they are prepared for the training. So another thing before we start, these training kicks are taken from my Shaolin Kung Fu training, and although there are some training kicks, of course, there are a lot more kicks, and especially kicks made for combat as well. But we'll talk about, or rather train them in another video another time. So yeah, just go with the training kicks now. And they are still really important. Like I've said, they will improve your real kicks as well, and yeah, they are very good for the basics, and the basics are always important. Only when you've got the basics down and you've got a good foundation, then we can really advance in our martial arts. So in the Shaolin Kung Fu training that I made in China, and so there were always a beginning and an ending for this kick practice. For example, in the beginning we would stand like this and then go like this, and for the finish as well we would do something like this. But these are just like some formal things, and they are not really for improving the kicks, and that's why I won't include them in this video now. But if you want to do them, you can still do them. That's why I just will show you them for a short thing. So for the beginning, we would stand straight, hands at the legs. Then our right hand with the back would clap against our hand here. We'd stomp with the right foot on the ground, and our left foot would snap forward with the toes touching the ground and the straight leg, and our hands from here would push to the side. So for the finish, we will do a little sweep with the right foot like this, and then our hands go in front. The back of the right hand claps again against the left hand. We put our hands down like this. The left foot goes to the right foot, and then we would look to the left 90 degrees, and at the same time pick up our fists. So in fast it would be like this. But yeah, just as I've said, those are not really that important, I think, at least, because they are not the real techniques, and it's just that they are some kind of formal stuff. Alright, so the first kick, for this we would like stand in one direction, of course, and we have our feet together, and our hands are here at the bone of our hip. We would pick up the knee of the foot that will kick now, and then with straight foot and straight leg like this, the leg will snap upwards, and especially in the beginning, first pick up your knee and then kick, and Furthermore, for the training now, we will also put our hand in front with the palm facing downwards, and we would try, or we would, especially in the beginning, we would try to kick our palm, but without doing something like this, with collapsing in our upper body, but we would keep our upper body straight, pick up our knee, snap forward, and touch with the hand our foot like this. And the height that you want to kick at is like a little bit over your hip, or practically your hip. In the beginning, if you're not that flexible, there's no problem if you first do lower kicks and if you're not able to touch your foot, but try to reach as far as possible. It's fine even if you are only able to hit here or something. Okay, so we are in both position. Then we do one kick. Then after we've snapped with the leg, we would put our leg together backed like this. So again, like we've picked up our knee. Then with the leg we kicked, we do a step forward, pick up the knee of our other leg, then again step forward, kick our palm, and then we're down back, pick up knee, kick, again knee is up, step forward, and the other leg. And just like this, we are able to do multiple kicks in a row. And so we start, one kick, two kick, and yeah, just like this, we can do multiple kicks in a row. And now what we want to try is to do those kicks as fast as possible, and do like, especially I would recommend to do like sets of 10 or something in the beginning, or sets of 10s are really good. So we're standing here, so I won't do 10 now because I'm not sure if I would stay in the point of view of the camera, but it is still the same. And so we can stand and be ready for the kicks, have our hands ready, and then just do fast kicks and fast steps as well, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and yeah, so on and on. And as you've probably noticed, I'm kicking higher than my hip here. I'm kicking like this height. But yeah, especially as I've said in the beginning, try to keep kicks, do the kicks lower. But if you're able to do them higher, there's no problem as well to do them higher. But this kick is not supposed to be like a kick like this, so not that high. Just keep it like comfortable high, and especially in the beginning, your palm and maybe your wrist and your arm will probably hurt a lot from kicking against, because what you practically want to do is that you can really hear a sound from kicking your palm like this. It should be loud and you should clearly hear it. Like this, you know, you have put a lot of power into your kick, but also you will train your palm to be more resistant. And if you are feeling a bit scared, or if you're really sensitive and it hurts a lot, you can practice this with slapping your hands or your palms on the ground. Just sit down and then do some slapping on the ground. And again, you want to hear a sound, and yeah, it will probably hurt especially in the beginning, but no pain, no gain. That's all there is to it. Like a short thing where for what you can use this kick in combat is like, of course, a kick to this zone right here, and but also if you turn your leg a bit, you can kick from the side in and hit the side of your opponent, or if they are not trained, or even if they are trained, you can go for a kick against their knee or something like that. So the next kick that we will do is more or less a normal front kick. So we're standing, like I always like to start for this in my fighting stance, or not in my real fighting stance, but a bit like as I would say in a fighting stance. Again, pick up your knee, and now instead of snapping from down to up like this, I would kick forward like this, and I would either hit my opponent with the ball of my foot or with the entire foot. So with the entire foot like this, or with the ball like this. And then again, snap, keep the knee up after you've kicked, and then put it back down. And like this, you can just practice this kick again and again. And it's important that you keep your knee up after you've kicked, because later on, if you do more advanced training, we want to do multiple kicks after one another. So for example, I've kicked like this, and I want to do a side kick, and I kick like this again, do such a kick, and so on. And even in real combat, if you are doing a kick and you will always do only one, then your opponent will know, okay, this person is only doing one kick at a time, so I will always know, okay, after this kick I don't have to respect the legs anymore for a short moment. And yeah, so if you keep our knees up, it's just one more chance, it's just one more chance where we can hit our opponent. And also, if we don't keep up our knee and we do the kick, our leg will practically fall down like this. But this means we lose control over our leg. We lose the control over our leg, and it will fall down like that way. But this means that this part of our body is not only can we not do another kick, but it's really that way and entirely useless to us, and it can even impair our balance and like our speed. So if I'm doing like this, I can't really do a step on this leg, and this means I cannot step or jump forward, and it will hinder my balance. Not my balance, but my movement. My balance, of course, as well. That's why always keep the control over your leg and put it down as you want to put it down. And like this, if it just falls down, it's easier for your opponent as well to grab your leg and go for a throw or go for a sweep against your other leg. So, but this kick we can also do with walking forward, just like we've done with this kick. And for this, we just stand in a position to be ready, and then do our kick, keep our knee up, again do the step, then do a kick with the other leg, step, kick, step, kick, step. But while we do those kicks, we shouldn't forget about our hands and our arms. So that we get used to it for real combat, we should practice this with keeping our hands up, so that we can block attacks going against our face or our upper body. And another thing we can do is doing something like this, because as you can see, I've got my other hand not up here for this practice, but down here under my leg. So if they will do a counter attack against this zone, I can block it with my hand down there, meaning I don't have to be worried about here. So when you do this practice kicks, either keep your hands up like this kind for this, because we want to kick our palms, they are not up there. But if we do not want to kick our palms, keep them up here, or one hand down here, but the other hand should always be up, so you can protect your head and your upper body. So the next kick is practically almost the same as front kick, but this time, instead of a kind of kicking, we will do like stomping. So it's a stomp kick. You can really imagine pushing, doing this. Is not like it's not kicking like something that wants to pierce through something, but you want to push through something and stomp it. So we really want to have, from our hip, we want to push forward like this. Bam, bam. And yeah, here we hit with our entire foot, or even with the behind part of our foot. And again, from our stance, and bam, we can practice this. Push it, and of course change the legs. Like for all kicks, you can do, of course, with both of our legs. And we can also do our rounds: punch, step, kick, step, kick, step, kick, step. So the next training kick is not really for real combat, but it still helps to improve the flexibility of our hip. So for this, we stand like this. The hands are not that important, but I take it from the Shaolin Kung Fu, and they are like this. So so it's a little bit more art, and yeah. Our hands are like this. Our hip is 45 degrees to the side, not to the front. Then with our behind foot, we do a step before our foot that was in front, of course, but our foot is not showing entirely to the front, but as well a little bit to the side. Now our hands, our front hand moves here to protect our ribs here, and our behind hand goes up like this, so we can protect against an attack that would go against our head from the upside. And then we will just, with a straight leg, kick up with the foot that is now behind, like this. And then we would go, our hands would go back to the position, like left hand shoulder high, right hand a bit higher, and then the foot we kicked with will step in front. Yeah, and that already is this practice kick. So now we can do multiple behind them. So first we are in a position, then we do step, kick, and step, kick, and so on. And again, we can try to do them as fast as possible. Like 1, 2, and yeah, and so on. Yeah, I didn't do that many of them now, again, because I'm unsure if I would run out of the point of view of the camera. But yeah, they're really good to practice the flexibility of the hip, and of course you can do it to the other side as well. Now our hands and our feet, of course, are changed, and then step the left foot, the hand in front goes to protect us here, the behind hand protects our head, and kick up and step down, and the hands move back, and in one move like this. And for this kick and for the next ones that I will show you, it is again important that we keep the control over our leg, and that we don't just relax it and let it fall down. So we kick up, and of course we want to get it, to have it back down really fast, but we don't just let it fall down, not like this, but controlled, fast up and fast down, so that there won't be as much sound when it hits the ground. And the reason why we do this is the same as I've told you with the snap kick, that it isn't just that weight, but that we want to keep the control of our entire body. Only if we have the control of our body can we really use our techniques and our martial arts. So the next one is a kind of straight kick as well, but this time not with picking up our knee and doing something like this or this, but we keep our knees straight the entire time and our foot like this. It's like our foot is a hook attached to our leg, and we want to kick as high as possible. So we're standing and kick up like this. The entire foot, the foot that doesn't kick, stays completely on the ground, meaning I won't pick up my heel like this, because this would bring me out of balance, and there's also the possibility, if I'm not doing too much like this, I could fall down, and that probably will happen actually in your training. So I recommend you to look for a soft surface like grass, or if you have mats, they are really good as well. If you are scared of getting hurt when falling down, or if you're not used to falling down yet. I mean yet, because later on we will practice falling as well, because being able to fall without being scared or without getting hurt is really important as well. So we are in our position, and this time, because it's again from Shaolin Kung Fu, we also keep, like when I showed you the start, we keep our hands like this, so they are straight. Our palms are facing like this, so we really want not like relax like this, but we actually try to pull our hand to our arms. But again, as we do it with punches, don't pick up your shoulders, but keep them relaxed. Now, kicking up as high as possible. And then when we do this, we do a step, like 1, and then 2. And this step, this time we do it when we kick, we bring our foot back down so the feet are together like this. And then we do a step. Then next kick, up, feet are together, step, and so on and so on. And as I've said, we want to do fast kicks and strong kicks. So we are in our position and 1, 2, and then go on. And again, you can do sets of in the beginning like maybe 4 and then 6 and 10. So we would start and 1, 2, 3 and more and more. But one thing we should take care of is that again our upper body is not collapsing too relaxed, like something like this. Or even if we have our hands up, it can still be like this. But we try to keep our upper body as straight as possible for kicks. Only like this we can really practice the flexibility of our tendons and our leg as well. So now we want to do a bit more than just kicking straight, but we want to do some side kicks. So for the first, we do an inside kick. We start as we would do the straight kick with the straight leg, but now when we are at the top, we will move the hip, or here the leg, inside. So we do a circle that will first go straight up and then like this. So again, because of the shaolin elements and because it's helpful to keep the upper body straight, I would keep my hands like this, and then I have one foot in front, and then as I've said, pick up my leg straight and then turn it to the side like this. And then I would finish with putting my foot back to my other foot so they are side to side. But this time the left foot, because I will do the inside kick, will move a bit to the side as well, so it won't be facing straight to the front, but not too much, only a little bit. Only if you're doing like this. As you have seen now, the movement with the hands is that the hand where our leg comes from stays in place, but our other hand will move like this with the palm facing inwards, so we can kick against the palm. So like this, and again from the other side like this. Just a slight movement, but we don't want to bring our hands in here, but it stays there, and just a little turn of the wrist, just maybe a little bit arm movement, but only this much, not too much. So we really have the rotation of our hip, and we can train. And again, we want to have a fast kick and a controlled kick. Fast and controlled, we don't let the leg fall down, but bring it controlled back. And of course you can do this for both legs. And again, we can do multiple behind each other with changing legs. So if we are ready here, with the right foot, the left foot, the right foot, and so on. And of course, when we do the inside kick, we can't miss the outside kick. So again, we start the same way, like straight, but this time, instead of doing a circle inside, we will do a circle outside, looking like this. And as you've seen, the hand movement here is different as well. From here, I would move my left hand, if I kick with the right foot, to the other hand, so that they will be like this together, and I would kick against both of them, like here. So either if you have them together like this, it's one sound that you should hear, or like this, you should hear two sounds with only a little break. And again, we want our kick to be fast and strong and controlled, and our upper body as straight as possible. We can do it with the left foot as well, but as you see, I don't do the hand movement here because for whatever reason in Shaolin Kung Fu we only touch the foot when we do the outside kick with the right foot, but our hands stay in place when we do the outside kick with the left foot. Again, those hand movements are not that important. The really important thing is the kick, and especially in the beginning you should focus your attention on the kicks so that they are correct. Always keep your knees straight and do the controlled, fast and hard kicks. And if you're not that flexible, there's no problem if you start with doing kicks on this height, like here. You can do an outside kick as well, or do an inside kick here. Both is possible. And yeah, again, we can do multiple kicks with changing foot. So we're in position, right foot, step, left foot, step, and yeah, again, we bring the foot back to the standing foot and then do the step. Right foot, step, left foot. And here, these are the kicks that will be used the most in Shaolin training for practicing the basics and for practicing the basics of kicks, and yeah, to get your legs in shape for kicking in general. So I hope you will have a good training, and yeah, until next time, goodbye.